Diploma in Cognitive Behavioral Therapy. Unit 3. Course author, Mr. John Crimmins. Institute Director. The best years of your life are the ones in which you decide your problems are your own. Albert Ellis. Aaron Temkin. Beck's Cognitive Therapy. Beck's Model of Depression. Beck's Emotional Disturbance. Cognitive Distortions. Cognitive Methods and Techniques. The Nature of Automatic Thoughts. Evaluating and Identifying Automatic Thoughts. Core Beliefs. Assessment in CBT. Aaron Temkin. Beck. From 1959 to 1962, Beck was assistant professor of psychiatry at the University of Pennsylvania. He was psychoanalytically trained. Beck undertook research on depression which involved analyzing dreams of depressed patients to convince scientific psychologists of the legitimacy of psychoanalytic theory. However, the outcome of his study revealed no evidence for the underlying analytic concepts of depression. For instance, retroflected hostility, the need to suffer, and seeking of failure. If our thinking is bogged down by distorted symbolic meanings, illogical reasoning and erroneous interpretations, we become, in truth, blind and deaf. Aaron Beck. Having met with many depressed people, he began to observe the self-statements of patients. Then Beck went on to notice that many patients were not reporting what they were thinking. The internal communications, for instance the automatic thoughts people have about themselves that they do not ordinarily share. The external communications, for instance the type of thoughts that people do ordinarily share. Beck decided to sit patients up off the couch, so they could discuss their automatic thoughts face to face. Following his research, Beck focused on observing his patients and developing ways to measure his observations. Advancing a theory to explain his observations. Devising interventions to address them. Designing research to confirm or disconfirm the whole enterprise. Beck as a scientist practitioner. Subsequently, he has repeated this unapologetically linear method with great success. Choose a new disorder or problem. Work out how thoughts and beliefs influence its development and perpetuation. Tweak the therapy to apply to the new problem. The cognitive model. Perception of event. Underlying schemas activating core beliefs. How we think leading to altered information processing. What we think leads to automatic thoughts, then behavior and emotions. Beck's Model of Depression. Early experience. Unfavorable comparisons with siblings. Critical father. Core belief. I am inferior as a person. Life is hard and unforgiving. Dysfunctional assumptions. I must succeed in order to feel worthwhile. My worth depends on what others think of me. Critical incident. Marriage ends. Negative automatic thoughts. It's all my fault, I've ruined everything, I can't cope. I'll be alone forever. Symptoms. Behavioral, lowered activity levels, social withdrawal. Motivational, loss of interest and pleasure, prevarication. Affective, sadness, anxiety, guilt, shame. Cognitive, poor concentration, ruminations, indecision, self-criticism, suicidal thoughts. Somatic, loss of sleep, loss of appetite. Beck and emotional disturbance. He emphasized the role of automatic, not voluntary thoughts in human disturbance. Automatic thoughts are unconscious, for instance they can operate without our awareness of them. Content and form differ when experiencing distress or a psychological disorder. Those with emotional disorders are prone to frequent, disruptive, negative thoughts. Automatic thoughts occur because of underlying assumptions and rules we have generated about the world. Conditional assumptions are cognitive structures that organize and filter incoming information, acquired in early development. They are often represented as if or then statements. Negative automatic thoughts, NATs. How our thoughts can influence our mood. NATs are a stream of thoughts that we can notice, if we pay attention to them. They are negatively framed interpretations of what we think is happening to us. They usually have an impact on our mood and our feelings, that is not positive. NATs can lead to self-doubt, depression, anxiety, anger, irritability and low mood. They are not that helpful or useful, and yet we all have them. Identifying your negative automatic thoughts. They are always negative. I never do anything right. They make you feel bad about yourself. I'm such a failure. They are self-sabotaging. If I do that, I am bound to fail, so what's the point? They are believable. It seems to be more plausible to think negatively of yourself than positively. They are biased. Although they seem to be acceptable, they are likely to be distorted or wrong. End of Part A. Please proceed to Part B in the Materials section.